Welcome to Sweeping the Country. I'm your host, Derek Walker. My co-host, Mr. Jimmy Carter, back from a whirlwind vacation, and we got to talk about it, Jimmy.
And like I've told everybody, I need a vacation from my vacation.
Well, you go like crazy. You go like gangbusters.
It was just insane. I came up with this idea to do it, and it was pretty well thought out as far as where we were going to stay and how much we could do a day and all that stuff. But what I didn't really plan for is the exhaustion at some point, that you would get from going as far as we did. It was 15 days, 5,420 miles, $1,200 in gasoline.
That's not bad. I mean,
several $1,000s in hotel rooms and food.
Yeah, that's where you get it.
I mean, we saw, 15 or 18 states. I lost count.
Wait a minute. In 15 days, so some states were 2 a day. A couple of them, at least. Yeah,
some states we weren't in very long. No, we weren't in, not very long. Arkansas, for example.
Just driving.
We were just there, just a little bit and just spent the night.
Yeah.
So that counts. In Oklahoma, we just went across it.
Yeah. All in one day? No stopping.
Yeah, definitely. We stopped in Arkansas the first night that we were going. And then the next night we visited my one of my granddaughters in Tulsa.
Oh, okay.
So we went to lunch with her and hung around there for many hours. And then we went on to the other side of Oklahoma City, which isn't that far away. And so that was the next night.
Let me ask you, we'll get into this a little bit, but how was Oklahoma City? Because I know people that have gone and said they didn't feel totally comfortable or it had changed over the years. Obviously, everything does.
Tulsa and Oklahoma City, it's not, they have almost 4 rough seasons. They have a very hot summer. They have a cold and goofy winter. They have spring that's, the NEM kind of tornadoes.
Yep.
Fall might be the best time if it ever comes, for them. And it's mostly modern. It's not a lot of old stuff anymore in any of those places.
Safe?
Sort of
relatively
cities.
Safe?
I think so.
Okay.
Oklahoma City and Tulsa. So, I don't know anything bad about them.
Yeah,
and the roads are pretty good, and it's not a bad place. It's just the weather's pretty extreme.
Yeah, I could see that.
All the time. And then we stayed from Yukon, Oklahoma. We went to Amarillo to the Big Texan. The Big Texan looks like it's a tourist trap.
Yeah.
And by all, you look at it and you say, "Oh my God!"
Is that the big cowboy standing there with the hat on?
Yeah, it's the place is in yellow or something.
Yeah,
it looks like a tourist trap.
Okay,
but it was one of the best meals I've had in a long time.
Really? Okay.
It was great. I had 2 10-ounce. I think it was 2 5-ounce tenderloins. It was great.
Yeah. I'm looking it up right now because I have what I think it.
Big Texan.
Yeah.
And if you ever see an Amarillo, they got a deal where if you can eat something like a 72-ounce steak with all the fixings and within an hour or something while you're not going to the bathroom or anything else, you'll get it for free.
Okay, now you said what you said, but the summary, I just pulled it up. The summary says the Big Texan Steak Ranch is often labeled as a tourist trap in Texas, known for its famous 72-ounce steak challenge.
Yeah.
That's the whole deal. So let me see if it shows an image here of the. Yeah, it's exactly what I thought it looked like. So I've seen this. I've just
very good,
never
very
been
nicely inside, great service.
Yeah,
everything was excellent.
That's cool.
About the Big Texan.
Yeah.
From there we went to Albuquerque,
New Mexico,
and we got there and the weather really changed on us. It seemed like somewhere out there, but Albuquerque was. I could have passed on that.
Really? Okay.
It's a very sprawled out city.
Okay.
Went to a car wash there because we'd killed every bug in Texas, and it was just. Just the place kind of felt funky. And then we headed out toward the airport where we were staying. I just didn't see anything in Albuquerque that made me want to go back.
That's interesting. I've never been, so I don't know.
And so we drove from there. We had started, let's go backwards, to Tucumcari, New Mexico. It's on the border of Texas and New Mexico.
Okay.
That's the beginning of this whole Route 66 thing.
Is this what you didn't stay on that the whole time, did you? I
No,
mean,
you can't. I mean,
to get where
it's
you were
not
going.
really a thing anymore. It's interstate is taking part of it.
Yeah.
And occasionally you can get off and get on it, but you wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
And Tucumcari is one of them. I mean, it starts way up in Chicago, Route 66.
Yeah, it's supposed to go all
And
the way
some of
across.
the original things and some of the things that are more touristy are in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And then very little in Missouri on into Oklahoma. But Tucumcari was supposed to be something because I knew about
it. Wasn't, or was
Oh
it?
my God. It looked like some town that had been bombed after the war. I mean, it was like, where are the people? You know, where's everybody?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Well,
and the people that are here, what do they do? I mean, it's just a bunch of, they've one of the hotels, like the old motor courts, had been brought back up to life.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I mean,
there was a couple of tchotchke stores, one Mexican restaurant. I mean, it was nothing. Nothing you needed to see.
There's a whole group of people listening right now that really, I mean, they know of Route 66, but they don't know that was really the main cross-country highway, and people would go across.
It was America's. It was called America's Highway. It's the most famous highway in America.
Yeah, and
there isn't another highway that's got that fame. Chicago to Santa Monica.
Yeah,
and this is the anniversary of it, 100th anniversary or more.
Is it really? I'll be darned.
Yeah, and so that's why it's gotten a lot of attention. And so we heard about Tucumcari and heard about some of the other ones. So, so we could leave Albuquerque, and we're heading toward Gallup, New Mexico.
Also part of the song for Route 66.
Route 66.
Yeah.
And Gallup was a little bit more what Tucumcari was supposed to be, but there's a famous hotel there called El Rancho. And I was supposed to have gone to lunch there, but we got our eating all out of schedule. And so we weren't ready for lunch then. And my driving partner, Ted, a.k.a. Tonto, he went in to check it out and go to the bathroom. That's a whole nother subject we got to get into, is bathrooms.
Yeah.
But he just said nothing worth really. He didn't give it a big rating or anything. He said just an old hotel, blah, blah, blah. I said, it can't be. This is where John Wayne used to stay and Frank Sinatra and all these people. I said, I got to go for myself. So I had to go in there, trotted off in there and saw it. Most beautiful lobby of any hotel. Like an old fashioned hotel with a roaring fire. And they had pictures of everybody up there. Had a little exhibit for John Wayne, and he had shot movies there, and all these people who had made movies there. So it was a cool place to see.
Yeah.
But Tonto blew it off. So I kind of blew it off.
I'm looking at it right now. 2 staircases going up over a giant rock fireplace. It looks absolutely beautiful.
It's beautiful.
The dining area looks really kind of nice. Brick floor.
But for some reason, he just wasn't interested in that.
Well,
And so, I said, okay, so we blew it off. Move on.
All right.
So the next thing we did was get into I don't remember what day, if we got to Flagstaff before we did anything else, or Winslow was on the other side. I think that Winslow was maybe on the other side. But anyway, Winslow was cool. It's like I'm standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. I'm sitting here looking at a mouse pad that I bought there. They really up down there. They got their own standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona with the truck and
I see the truck.
The streets and all this stuff. It's all done up real nice. There are a couple of good restaurants there. So it's what I expected Route 66 to be.
So they're really playing it.
They're all in.
Yeah.
They're all in.
Yeah.
And it was well worth the stop, and it was fun. Taking other people's pictures, and they took our pictures. And,
fun.
That was all good. Flagstaff, it was raining, and then it started sleeting, and went down to 29 degrees. I was not ready for that weather.
Yeah, that's weird.
Went across the street to the Denny's to get something warm, and I had some eggs or something.
But Flagstaff is a big city. I mean, it's pretty.
Flagstaff's kind of it's the kind of home base for people going to the Grand Canyon.
I gotcha. Okay.
And then to the south, it's Sedona.
That's a mecca for people. They like going there.
Skiing and all that, And it was in the downtown Amtrak station and all that. We've seen that on many YouTube things.
Doesn't Sedona have the big red rocks like you kind of got in Utah?
Yes, they do. And for those that want to see the Grand Canyon and Sedona and all that, Flagstaff's a little pricey.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
right.
it can be. It can be.
Interesting.
Albuquerque, again, I don't know what I thought. I mean, I think there are some great places there. I just didn't discover them.
Yeah.
I was out near the airport. That was all new. It's, the college, the big University of New Mexico medical centers are there. And it's just, I just didn't find the right places to see in Albuquerque, I don't think.
Yeah.
But anyway, going off to the Flagstaff, and it was cold. And then we got up the next morning and headed out and headed to Nevada and did that. Went up to there by Hoover Dam.
Mm-hmm.
That's just always an amazing place. The security, I hadn't been there probably in 10 years. And boy, has the security tightened up in the 10 years.
Yeah. That's
man, you got to go through, you drive there and they want to see you, look at your car. And then we had to go to a secondary because we were, two dudes in a pickup truck. I imagine they thought we were bad, so
you look
they
bad.
went and checked out the car and, a little bit and did all that. So then once you get through that, you can drive across the dam again.
Yeah, so a few years back, I would say my mother lives out that way, so we've been through there a lot. We watched them build that whole thing.
Yeah.
And they pretty much moved the highway up to another level where you cannot even see the dam. You have to take an exit and then come down like you did.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, still a lot of people. I don't know if it was crowded when you were there.
It was a lot of people that walked up on the highway to look down
it's
at
cool.
the Hoover Dam.
I mean, it really is.
It's a great, I mean, if you've got time, that's the place where you go and spend some time and go and take the tour of the dam. And,
it's crazy.
And all that stuff. I
mean, it's a modern marvel.
I had done it. I'd done it 100 years ago. And, and last time I was there, I took some people and we chartered a helicopter, flew over.
Oh, wow.
That's cool. That way you really get a look, at everything, that new bridge and the whole thing. So then we're in Vegas.
Oh, yes.
And staying in a new place that I had not. I'm a Hilton person, so I try to stay with the brand because it's like with frequent flyers. You got to stay with the airline or stay with the brand in order to get the points to make it worth your while.
Yeah.
You can't jump around to Marriott, Hyatt, and do that. You'll never get anything.
Nothing. Yeah.
No, and I'm a diamond person with Hilton, so it helps sometimes if you need something. It really does help.
Yeah.
You're a frequent person. So we stay at this place called the Conrad.
Okay.
It's nice. Now, I've got a back issue where walking is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can walk a little bit, but I can't walk a lot. And in Vegas, they want you to walk a lot.
You walk a lot.
And so it hurt. I mean, it hurt. But they were nice people there. Mm-hmm. It was just a little dead, if anything.
Yeah.
But it was a little dead. And they're trying to there's 3 hotels in one. So, there's a real fancy one that's from London that's like 300 rooms.
Yeah.
And then the Conrad's got a bunch of rooms. And then Resorts World has a bunch of rooms and another entrance. And it's just, I wouldn't stay there again.
That's interesting.
Nice room, but some of the things about it, without going into great detail, it's nice, but I wouldn't stay there again. It's rather pricey. Yeah, I think it was $600 a night or something.
Gee, so. I think all that stuff is a little pricey. So we met up with you in Vegas for people that don't know, and we stayed in the Virgin hotels, like the Virgin Airlines, right?
Yes.
Their brand, Virgin Las Vegas, and we had a little bit of an incident, and I would stay there again because of this. We had a bit of a little incident with our room, and so the following night they put us in a 3-bedroom suite,
which is what they should do.
Yeah, that's why I would stay there
like
again.
That. You make it right.
Yeah, and they did. And, we talk a lot on this show about how customer service has gone away.
It's gone to crap. Yeah.
I was impressed. There was no haggling.
Well, at the Conrad, number one, everybody's gone into digital this and digital that.
Yeah.
And you can't get anybody on the phone.
Yeah, that's tough.
And then you call housekeeping because I can't remember, we had some issue, and you get a recording or you get somebody. It's just, it's not where it was, put it that way.
Yeah.
Even in expensive hotels, it is not the service that I am used to way back, particularly at that level of paying for a room.
Next time you got to stay at the Virgin Hotel. I mean, they'll take care of you.
I don't like to stay on the Strip.
Yeah, I would agree with that after doing it. Yeah.
I would stay out because a room is a room. You go to the Strip to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And then the one thing I noticed, I mean, I played a little bit of the slot machines, but
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I normally intend to, in fact, I've still got the cash that I was going to take and spend. But I didn't. I went by a sports book at Caesars while we were waiting to see Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
And it was so smoky, I didn't want to be in there.
Yeah.
And then everything, all the places where I used to play a little roulette or a little craps, they're now all digital.
A lot of digital. Yeah.
And I am sure the digital stuff is AI, and I'm sure that they've got the payouts fixed. And, you know, if it works for you that day, it's fine. If it doesn't, fine.
Yeah.
But I don't have any use for playing digital slot machines that are, in fact, they're so complicated. I didn't even know how to win.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I mean, they don't, it's so many different ways. It's just crazy.
I know this sounds like an old thing to say, but I agree with you too. And I walked up to like Wheel of Fortune because I understood that.
Because you understood what Wheel of Fortune, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I played that. I tried to get in a $5 blackjack game, but they were so full I couldn't even find a seat. You know, you could play $25 a hand, but you couldn't. The $5 tables were taken.
At Caesars, the old school stuff was there.
Yeah.
But it was all taken. You know, it was all big money.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's what they've done with it. You know, where you actually had a chance, you got to pay, you know, to go.
I just wasn't going to play $25 or something like that.
So I can't. I know we're not talking about Vegas solely, but part of the trip, that was the only part I was on, and we went to the Sphere, and we can talk about that in a minute. But before we do that, I felt like Vegas. I felt like it was a little dirty. Is that not? I don't mean like dirty mind. I mean like getting off the strip just a little bit. There was a pretty.
If you ever really ever got off the strip,
yeah,
it's always been that way.
Okay. See, I've only been there twice.
Between the strip and down, I've been 100 times. I mean, literally.
Okay,
I mean,
I was surprised.
I've done so many different shoots there, and gotten, you know, everything has happened to me there.
Yeah.
I mean, from A to Z.
Yeah.
But it's always been junky between downtown.
Yeah.
And the strip. That's always been bad.
So it was
when
new to
you
me.
get off the strip a little bit, there are some stranger places now than there used to be. There's a huge Asian section on one of the roads. Mm-hmm. If you go out even from the strip on the other side of the interstate, you know, it's just become you're in Manila or something. And then over the other streets, you feel like you're in Mexico City.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just I think where the hotel workers, you know, many of them live and hang out. So,
yeah.
You know, it's just in some of the hotels, you know, they're gone. I mean, like a lot of the famous ones don't exist anymore.
Well, we had a great Italian dinner. I can't remember the name of the restaurant.
Casa di Amore.
Oh my God, was that good? I mean, it was
a great help. It was like we were in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
it was like we had gone to Brooklyn.
And step back in time. We were in a restaurant that no doubt at some point, I don't mean, you know, I don't know, but it felt like there were no windows. It felt like a place where maybe Capone would eat or Sinatra would eat or something like that.
And the help there was like that, and the food was like that.
Yeah.
And the pictures on the wall were like that.
Everything about it.
It's great. Yeah. And if you're wondering where it is out Tropicana.
It's very good.
You got to go not too far from the airport, but a little bit further out without going real far.
So good.
It was really good. I would go back there again in a minute.
It might be the
I've
best.
always found that it's the secret. I've known people that have gone, you know, the strip is good for about 2 days before it drives you crazy.
Okay.
Because it's too crowded, too many people are on there.
It is
too much going on. And the way that the artists do it is they, and one of the Oak Ridge boys told me this years ago, he said, the way I survive is during the day, I get out of here. I drive to Hoover Dam. I drive out into the desert. Mm-hmm. I do something. You find their Maryland Street is under construction, doing whatever they're doing. But it's many
Is it the ballpark?
blocks.
Is it the new?
No, it's not the ballpark, though. The ballpark's under construction. It's not bothering anybody.
Yeah. Okay.
But Maryland is one of their, I guess, north-south running streets, and it's one of where their main hospital is. It's where their shopping mall was and everything. And there's a lot of fast food stuff on that road and everything. It's under construction and it's hell. I mean, it's created a mess. So there are some other streets that you can go down if you know. And I know Paradise. I know the town pretty well out there. And when you start getting away from it, I start knowing it a little bit less. But you know, the rich people live in Summerlin, which is way out of town, away from Hoover Dam, almost in the exact opposite direction. And that's just, it feels like a normal place. You know, when
Yeah.
you're in Summerlin, it's like you're in any town, USA. But the Strip is a carnival. It's a circus. It's not real. You know, it's
a facade. It's
a facade.
It is. You're so right, because
it's a big money vacuum cleaner, and
you know,
and there's all these, it's got everything from McDonald's to Old Reds to the Gillies to all these other places
everything,
you can go.
Yeah. It's got the
and
Venetian.
It's for walking. You can't. You don't need a car out there. In fact, it's a mess if you do. But if you're going off Strip, then you obviously need a car. The Sphere, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's do
my
that.
verdict on the Sphere after.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad I went.
I am too.
I am too. And it was expensive, and I'm glad it was worth the money to see the Wizard of Oz. But I would never go back to see a concert.
Okay, now I have a different take. I agree. It was epic. I mean, it's something I've never seen in my life.
No, it's there ain't
cool.
many things at this point in my life I haven't seen.
No, but that's got to be in there. Yeah.
Oh, I went, whoa. I mean, it enveloped me. It came over me like a wave at the ocean.
I agree with you. When we first walked in, they had the graphic up to make it look like a theater where you'd go see a live Broadway play, and it looked so real you thought you were in a live Broadway play theater, and then it disappeared and the movie started. I have two things. One, I wish it was something other than Wizard of Oz, because I know that movie so well from growing up with it that I knew what was going to happen, but still was good. Yeah. It was still good. But I got a little sick. I got a little motion sickness from all the,
Some people do.
Ugh,
Some people do.
man.
I didn't. In that particular case, I didn't. I did later in Colorado.
Yeah.
But not there for that. I'm surprised, actually.
But I
just think that for concert, it just wouldn't be any point. I mean, unless you're going to see something like the Grateful Dead or something, where it's like an acid trip, because all this stuff is going around you.
They must. Yeah, they must make it just like that. An epic film with a concert, maybe. I don't know. But I would say to anybody that's thinking about going, you got to go. You got to see one thing there. I don't care what it is.
Whatever it is. I think if the concert's the one thing you went to see there, you would say, wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Don't sit at the highest, cheapest point.
No, sit in the middle
because I don't think that'd be very good. You got to sit in the middle.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the middle, but not real high. That last section is too high.
Did you get some of it? Because they do some 3D stuff where they drop leaves and stuff like that.
Look, see,
you still got leaves. You got leaves. Oh, you got an apple. Oh man, yeah, apples went launching through the theater. That was pretty cool.
And leaves and wind and
how strong?
I mean, the Sphere is a wonder of the world.
I agree. How strong?
It's a wonder of the world.
How strong do you think that wind got in there? Like 30 miles an hour? Maybe.
It
was
might.
blowing this lady's hair in front of me
strong.
all over. Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was good.
I mean, the Sphere is cool, but I just don't think a concert would be worth $300 to go sit in there.
No, that's about the price ticket. And it's pretty, I will say this too, for the amount of people that moved through there, it was pretty organized. I mean, we moved.
Very organized. Those escalators were like, wow, if there's escalators going to heaven, that's the ones they use.
No kidding, man.
I mean,
they were great.
3 big escalators that went up a long way. It was like many stories in the air.
And there was no...
It's hard to explain because you see it's weird from the outside, no doubt.
Yeah.
But it's just a strange thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
All the way around.
I agree. Worth going to see, no doubt about it. But it was hot in Vegas, man. And I hope you didn't get that the rest of your trip.
It was hot in Vegas. I mean, it was 29 degrees with sleet in Flagstaff.
Yeah. To 102.
And then we go the next day, it's 109,
right.
In Vegas.
Right.
So, I mean, you never knew what clothes you're supposed to be wearing at this time of year at any of those places. And then I realized that when we were leaving Vegas that Saturday morning, so, oh my God, I'm just halfway. Because I was worn out at that point.
Did you take a day to just kind of relax and stay at a hotel?
There really wasn't that day.
Yeah.
Because Vegas, you don't relax.
No, not at all. That. Yeah.
So we got up the next morning and took off from Moab, Utah. And got up there and drove through Zion. That was
I bet that
breathtaking, just breathtaking. And drove through that tunnel. And then we went up by Bryce Canyon. Mm-hmm. We felt like we'd seen a lot already that day. And then finally made it over to Moab. And that's a pretty expensive place. And the hotel was like $400 or $500 a night.
Oof, man.
And I was pooped. I mean, it was an 8-hour drive there, I think, at least,
Yeah.
with running around Zion. So I was trying to figure out a way to cut corners.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day I got up and went out to the airport and took a charter flight to fly over Arches and Canyonland.
Oh, so you got to see all that.
So I sat in the co-pilot seat of this plane,
Wow.
and the single engine plane, and we went all over the Arches, and I took pictures, and kind of got a good idea what the whole area, looked like, the Colorado River where it starts to really turn into the Grand Canyon.
Since you brought that up, I want to ask you this, because oftentimes, and the Grand Canyon is one of these places where I'm there and I just can't get a beat on what direction is coming from where and how that.
Yeah.
Did that help with that? I mean,
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And because remember, I'm a multi-million miler on American and Delta.
Yeah.
And most of my life I have flown from the South, either Atlanta or Nashville, to Los Angeles. So I've crossed the Grand Canyon twice a week for much of my life.
Right, okay,
so
fine.
I've seen the Grand Canyon and every part of it. And I've been on the ground there when I was in the 4th grade and other times. And I've seen all that, but I had not seen southern Utah. And let me tell you, that was a bucket list thing, and it was well worth it. But after a while, now some people say, I saw in fact a chart said 14 days on how you can see all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'd have jumped in the river before I could have done that. I mean, after a while,
all red rocks.
The beauty is just, all the rock formations and all that.
Yeah.
After a day or two of that, it's enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's enough. It's very weird. It's unusual. You'd never see anything like it. It's just, wow. But after a while, it reminded me of going to Europe when they take you on a boat or whatever, and you go into all these small towns in Europe or even big towns.
Yeah.
In England too. And every day you go to a different place. And every day they take you to a cathedral.
Yeah.
And you see 18,000 cathedrals.
Right.
And after a while, you've seen one cathedral, you've seen them all. And you just don't want to see any more cathedrals.
Which sounds
I've
terrible.
seen enough
but
rock formations after a while. So
Yeah.
we did that for part of 3 days, and it was cool. And I took some pictures, and if I hadn't had a back problem, I would have seen a little bit more. But I think I saw most everything except when you go down into the river, and that's a whole other world. Yes, I've seen the sunrise and sun. The colors of the rocks change based on the time of day, so that's kind of a thing too. But anyway, the next place we went was the low point, not because of where it was. We went through Aspen and Vail, not Aspen. We went through Vail, Beaver Creek, stopped in a place over there. I think Frisco was the name of it.
Okay.
And it was a cute little town, but we're in the middle. We're not in the ski season, and we're not in the summer yet.
So it's kind of in between.
May was always the mud season, and it wasn't muddy. But it's kind of there's nobody who's around very much.
Well,
nobody goes to Colorado during that.
No, in fact, I lived at a ski resort for about 3 years, and you're exactly right. There's an in-between stage before summer people start coming, and after the winter people leave, right, where there's nobody. They don't really keep up the grounds. There's a lot of weeds.
We sort of went through there on that time. Found a cute little restaurant. We ate good, and it was fun.
Yeah.
But then we went on to Estes Park.
Oh.
Which was the Rocky Mountain National Park. Luckily, before we checked into the hotel, we went ahead and did the park because we left early enough where we could get there early.
Was it beautiful? So, I mean, people say it's
Rocky
great.
Mountain National Park. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Some of the roads are closed because of snow and stuff this time of year still. But we were able to see. I saw a moose. I'd never seen a moose.
Oh, you haven't?
I'd never seen a moose before. Saw a couple of those. Saw a herd of elk. Saw some deer. Saw some, everything. Some cute little rivers, that are just where you sit on a rock and the water goes by. I could have sat there for a long time.
I bet it's just pure too, that water.
We couldn't. Oh yeah, you just wanted to get in it. But that's not how that was meant to be. So we had to get on to the hotel. And the Stanley is under construction, expansion or something. It was difficult checking in. The room was weird. And then what really got us more than anything, we didn't realize it till the middle of the night, was the altitude.
Oh, it'll
Finally,
get you.
It got us. I've never had trouble before because I used to work for people that owned Vail and Beaver Creek.
Yeah.
And I never had any trouble with that. but I did this
Interesting.
trip. So like in the middle of the night, I just almost like sat up in bed, couldn't sleep, like 2:30 or 3. And Ted woke up over there and he said, I'm up too. I can't sleep. My head feels crazy. I said, well, let's just go.
Yeah.
So
So you
we got
checked out.
packed up and we were on the road at 3:15 or something,
Oh my gosh.
headed toward Mount Rushmore, which was a great decision because we needed that time to get through Wyoming to get up to Mount Rushmore.
Sure.
Because that's a long way. And we went to a town called Custer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a tourist trap. It's a touristy, but it's good touristy. It's not tacky.
I
And
gotcha.
it's got a lot of restaurants and places to buy stuff. And you can tell it's kind of a happening place when there's snow and other things going on. But
Yeah.
that was a cool little town.
Custer. Okay. I'll have to remember that.
And then we went through this, there's a famous road that goes from pretty much over there. And a lot of roads are being, this time of year, it's like they do in Idaho and up in northern Idaho. They're always working on the roads this time of year because it's the only time they can.
Mm-hmm.
So you get these follow me trucks and these roads, are under construction and all that stuff. We ran into a lot of that there in South Dakota. But we finally got up to the top of some mountain, went through a tunnel, and when I was out, then there it is. Mount Rushmore is just wow. I mean, that was like a sphere moment.
Yeah. You had sent me a video of that, and I said, hey, did you get to Mount Rushmore? How did it? And you sent me that video, and I'm sure, I don't know if you've posted it yet or will or what, but that will get so many people off their butts to go see this. I mean, I instantly
That's
thought,
Stephen. Why nobody's put that in a movie? I don't know.
I don't either. I've never seen that
That's a great
shot.
thing, man. You all of a sudden, nothing. Then out of there, it's too white. Then it just focuses in, and there it is.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then the other thing about it I think is really cool is once you're there, I mean, I don't know because I haven't been there, but looking at the story of how they built these faces and where they were supposed to go and how they had to change what they were doing, and it's amazing. Is it as amazing in person as it is?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's one of the few places that you get hyped up on. I've always said that Plymouth Rock was a big dud.
Let down, yeah.
And even the geyser, I call it the geyser
Oh, faithful.
at Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that there's something in nature that does something by the clock, and goes up.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was kind of stinky water, and I wasn't that impressed about that whole thing.
Can I ask
I was built up a little too far.
Yeah, I agree. But this was not that. So let me ask you, when you went there, I know there's stuff down below. I see pictures of like a plaza kind of area and stuff like that. This is a weird thing, but I'm just curious because I look at it and I feel like I feel a little patriotic when I'm looking at it. Did you get that or was it just?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. And we went on, I had read that try to do alternative things. That's what we did when we came out of that tunnel. Mm-hmm. We were in a mountain 3 or 4, 5 miles away.
That's so cool.
And then we went down the mountain and went alongside. And I had never seen it where you can only see George Washington.
Yeah, that's coming
I don't
from
know if you
another
ever saw
angle.
that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can only see George Washington. And that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that
So
would be.
there was, it's just that's a cool place.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's the Custard, the Crazy Horse thing. Don't waste your time with that.
Okay, that's the new one, right? They're doing.
That was they're still trying to build it. I don't know. That was nothing worth it. Once you've seen the Rushmore. Now Rushmore on one side is a lot of park and nature in that town called Custer. Mm-hmm. On the other side, it reminded me of Gatlinburg. It's real touristy.
Yeah.
With putt-putt golf courses and all that silly stuff.
Yeah.
So that was there. We stayed in town in Rapid City, which is a really sprawling town that I'm sure I don't want to be in the winter. Mm-hmm. But, this time of year, it was just spread out. And it was okay. So we stayed there the night. And then the next day, I wanted to, we were starting to sort of head back, or at least go east for the first time. Mm-hmm. And stopped by the air base. I said, let's go by the air base. I heard there was a museum there, and there is a South Dakota Space and Air Museum or something.
Any good?
With a lot of, it's great. With a lot of jets, out there. And that was a cool place all the way around. So took a lot of pictures there. Then drove off again, then found Then the Minuteman, National Historic Site for the Minuteman missile,
Oh,
for the underground, missiles in the Cold War that
interesting.
we were having with Russia. There's a whole national parks thing
I didn't
there
know that.
where
Yeah.
you get to see all kinds of stuff, and and you just get all kinds of things. I got some replica keys.
Did you get to go down into a
You
silo?
can no, but you get all kinds of movies and stuff that take you like it.
Yeah.
It shows you what it was like in the chair you sit in, and the keys where they turn them up there, to do it.
Wow, that's
And
crazy.
stuff about the Cold War. So that was a nice little side thing too. And then there was somebody trying to do something. Did you see the one where the fire trucks are stuck in the ground?
Yeah, what is that?
It's called Firehenge. It's trying to create
Like
a tourist attraction.
Stonehenge?
It's like Stonehenge, except fire trucks up, stuck in the ground,
Yeah.
up like rocks, like vertical, and with a plane on the top of it.
Interesting. Yeah, I
It was
saw the
weird.
pictures you did of that. It doesn't.
That was weird.
It doesn't pop up in a search, so it's somebody's.
Yeah, it's somebody.
Creation.
They were supposed to open in May, and
Yeah.
it's not ready to be opened yet. But it was
Interesting.
cool to see.
Yeah, yeah. The
And so
pictures
then
are
I had
cool.
to try to make some decisions on. I was tired.
Yeah.
I wanted to go home, and then I realized I was still 1,300 miles away from home.
Jeez.
So I was a 24-hour. I was a long way. So we finally just stayed in Sioux Falls, which is a nice town, and from everything I could tell. And then the next day we went through Sioux City and stopped in Omaha at the Union Pacific. That was in
that's cool.
Council Bluffs, actually. The Union Pacific Museum for Railroads.
Yeah, I bet that
Learned a
was
lot
nice.
about railroading and stuff. That was nice. And we went to the Strategic Air Command Museum, which is south of Omaha. And that was fun to go through that, and with all the static exhibits and stuff to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a lot more time we could have spent there. And then we headed on, and I'm trying to think where we stayed one of those last nights, but we did, but heck if I remember. Oh, no, I don't remember where we stayed at on the next night, but we went on through and then finally made it back home.
You've been around this stuff, but for people that haven't, I mean, this Air and Space Museum, they've got SR-71, they've got U-2 spy planes.
They've got it, one or the other, they've got everything.
Yeah,
the
how
best
cool.
places for that,
Yeah.
depending on your region, and I'll start in the east,
Yeah.
the best place for rockets is Cape Canaveral, Cape
Sure.
Kennedy.
Okay. Makes
The
sense.
best place right up the road from that on I-75 in Warner Robins, Georgia, is the Robins Air Force Base Museum. They got B-52s and B-1s in the yard and
Oh,
all
my
that stuff.
God, yeah.
It's a very, very nice museum. Simulators you can take and all that stuff. Near Dayton, Ohio is the best of them all, and that's the United States Air Force Museum. And they've got everything, and Air Force One, and they got everything.
Oh, wow.
Now, of course, in Washington, there are the Air and Space Museums. There are two of those. One's out at Dulles Airport. They've got a space shuttle and Wright Brothers plane and some big stuff.
Yeah.
And then downtown, they've got the Mercury capsules and,
All
all
the
the
space
smaller
stuff, yeah.
aviation stuff.
Yeah.
So those two things are great. And then there's apparently that one I'd never heard of, the South Dakota Space and Air.
Yeah, I hadn't either.
And I had never heard of that
It's a
one.
big
That's
place.
there.
I'm looking at it
And
right
then
now.
the Strategic Air Command,
Yeah.
has theirs. And that Vulcan bomber, which I'd never seen up close,
Yeah.
which was British.
Yeah.
And just all that, it was cool.
It's a cool looking building. It looks really cool.
It
a lot
was
of glass.
cool. And so, it was, the altitude was troubling. Route 66 was pretty much a letdown, not what we had expected at all.
Do you think they could revive it though if everybody
No.
got on the same page, or is it done?
No, I mean, no,
Okay.
because it's too much to do, and it's just too much. And it was a bygone era of the 50s when that was really going on, early 60s, when we were, like my parents would take driving trips.
No
we
more,
took one
yeah.
that was equally this big. We went from Montgomery, Alabama to Denver, to Salt Lake, to Reno, to San Francisco, to Los Angeles, to Carlsbad, New Mexico, back home. So that was probably equally that as far as I just did.
But how long as a kid? How long did that
That was
take
2
you?
weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh, so
a little
same
over.
amount of time. I mean,
And our car got broken into in San
Jeez.
Luis Obispo. All our
Wow.
clothes and
So-
stuff were stolen. And back in those days, it was the same month that Marilyn Monroe died. So whenever that was,
remember that?
when this was,
Yeah.
because I remember hearing it on the radio.
Wow.
But we were there for Disneyland when it was fairly new, and
gosh, yeah,
and
I bet it was fun,
a great trip,
Yeah.
great trip.
Well,
but
I
it's
mean,
just this was a great trip. But I mean, 5,400 and whatever it was
That's
miles.
a lot of miles.
Is a lot of miles, and I sound exhausted probably today.
Well, you yawned at the beginning of the podcast.
I can't wait for the next couple of days to lay down or something.
Let me take this moment to give you the platform to pitch your truck and the company you got it from, because I got to see that. That was a beautiful, beautiful truck, and it made it no problem the entire way.
We broke a windshield. I just got the windshield replaced today.
Did you? Yeah.
With a new Ford windshield from Safe Light.
Yeah.
And that just, you go out west, you're going to get a cracked windshield.
There's no question.
I don't know why that is.
I crack one every year here. I crack it every year. There's rocks and sand and gravel on the road. It just flies up and hits you. There's nothing you can do.
It scars up the windshield, where you get these little twinkles in it all. So you're going to do that.
Guaranteed.
You can almost budget it, when you go out on the road.
Right, exactly.
One of the big things is America needs to get their act together on this. Some states are better than others. Mm-hmm. Who was that? We were really proud of somebody. I don't remember.
In regards to what?
Using the bathroom.
Okay, fair.
Texas is, for what it does, great, and roads are good. Mm-hmm. They're horrible on that subject.
Just keeping it clean. They can't.
No rest areas. No, they don't do a lot of rest areas.
Interesting.
And some of the rest areas they have are for truckers with no facilities.
What in the heck?
A lot of the states, I didn't get to check out Nevada, so I didn't see anything there. But it seemed like New Mexico and Oklahoma, and it seemed like, I know Tennessee does.
Yeah.
And Alabama does. But Texas was really bad, and they're consistently bad on that subject. And I intend to talk about that to my friends in Austin in government, because that's ridiculous. I mean, and it happens everywhere. It's like even in Vegas, you pretty much can go find a place to use the bathroom.
Yeah, sure.
But in some places, you just can't. And I don't know where they expect you to go.
I noticed we were talking about that a little bit, because we went out to Kingman. We hit part of Route 66 too, although we flew most of where we went, but we did drive that one section. Two things I noticed about Arizona: the roads were awful. Like, they were really in need of repair. I mean, we were avoiding potholes at 75 miles an hour and hoping we didn't, blow a tire or something. That was one thing. Also, I noticed out there it's extremely hot, and we didn't have many places to pull over also. Now, it could have just been the road we were on, but there was a lot of gaps of nothing. There was just nothing but road.
Well, you're down there, near Death Valley.
It was hot. Man.
And there's a reason they call it Death Valley.
Yeah, no kidding.
Needles, California, Kingman, Arizona, all those places are like the hottest places in the country.
Yeah.
And they don't really, they used to do a little bit better because cars would overheat, and they used to have stations where they had water.
Interesting.
Where you could fill up a bag in some cases and put it on the front of your car.
Wow.
To put it in your radiator if you needed to. There was a lot more problems with that. Now cars don't overheat like they used to.
Yeah.
But, they really, we've got to do better in the cities and everything with toilets. I mean, we really do.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's no question. I also noticed there was a time when there were, and I didn't see any of them, and you drove 5,000 miles, so I drove about 800 or less. There used to be a time when cell phone stands were along the road, right? And you could just jump out and call if you had an emergency or something from those little... I noticed we had a run of about 100 miles where...
I never saw any of them.
I didn't see any at all, and I had no cell service in that area either. How can that even be? I don't even understand.
Well, AT&T is notorious, and there were several places that we had none.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like it was as big, because, your GPS goes out too.
Everything, yeah.
And we're all dependent on GPS.
Yeah.
So the bathroom was my biggest complaint overall.
Yeah.
And it's consistently that way, no matter where you go in the cities or anywhere else. And, people are building their lives to avoid homeless people because they they'll lock down their bathrooms, even in a fast food place, because they don't want the homeless people going in there and taking a bath and
Yeah, that's
doing
true.
all that.
I've seen that, yeah.
You have to get a code from the front desk, whatever. I don't know what the answer is, but we need an answer. And boy, when you go to these national parks, they do have bathrooms, but it really is an outhouse.
It's a vault toilet. Yeah, it's one of the.
It's just a building around a hole in the ground with a toilet there.
That's it, exactly.
And Lord help us on that. It's just. I mean, it's just you see things. The bathrooms before you ever leave to go on the trip for 5,400 miles. You just know you're going to see things you don't want to see.
Yeah, know that ahead of time.
In the bathrooms, you're going to see the worst of mankind.
Yeah.
In these bathrooms, and then the trip lived up to its stuff on that.
No
Lord.
doubt. And no matter how expensive the hotel is, it's not going to be up to your spec either. It's going to be a little shy because they're just not keeping them as clean as they used to.
Well, sometimes you have so many things you need to plug in at night.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of these older hotels just don't have a whole bunch of plugs.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
I have to carry a cord with a multi-box.
Yeah.
It's got 4 or 5 things you can plug in on that.
Yeah.
So I have to carry that with me, and it's just one more thing you've got to carry. But, all overall, I mean, I needed to do this because I just haven't done anything close to this in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still worn out from it. And I've paid it, I think now. I think I've paid everything. It was a lot. It was.
Would you recommend it? I mean, for somebody that's going, hey, I want to do something fun.
Not everybody can do it. I mean,
okay.
Ted and I didn't kill each other, but a couple of times I thought we were.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're in a space capsule with somebody.
Yeah.
During some stressful times, and driving can be stressful for the passenger.
Mm-hmm.
Driving can be stressful for the driver.
Yeah.
And not everybody drives the way you want them to.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see that.
But, and so it has to be the right situation there. In that, I mean, but yeah, I couldn't have. Ted and I have traveled a lot of miles together.
Yeah,
and sometimes it was difficult, but he's very tolerant of a lot of stuff.
Well, I said it at the Italian restaurant. You guys reminded me of an old married couple when we were.
Yeah,
I can't remember what we were arguing.
By the way, we're not gay, but we are the bickering Bickersons.
The Bickersons, that's what it was.
The bickering Bickersons. And I've got other friends that I could have traveled with and done this.
Yeah.
But it's just even with a spouse or a child or whatever, 2 weeks in the car is a long time. For anybody.
Yeah.
And we had the duties, and then I'm not whole, and I can't just stand up and go do a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. So I'm having to work around that some, but it doesn't bother me to drive. So 95% of the 6% of the trip I drove, and he took care of the luggage.
Hey, you figure
we
out
had a lot. He was the load master, and we had a lot. We had camera bags, we had big bags, we had bags with just extra clothes in there, not knowing what we would need. I mean, just getting on the road, if you're an older adult, you've got your medicine, you've got all kinds of different things
you got to take. Yeah.
And you got to get it all ready to go for 2 weeks. And that was a challenge. And I've never been gone that long. I think 13 days was to Europe a couple of times.
I was going to ask you, I thought about this when we met you in Vegas. I thought about this and I didn't ask you, did you have to do laundry somewhere? I mean,
no, we had enough.
Golly, I didn't even have enough for 4 days. We made sure we had
15 of this and 15 of that.
And you made it.
Of everything.
Yeah.
And then had a huge dirty. I haven't folded the laundry, but it's in the dryer.
Yeah. So you just had a separate.
And the dry cleaning, I hadn't picked it up yet. It was $60. I think.
That's funny.
So I mean, it's just, it's just part of it. And I'm glad. I don't want to fool with the airports. I don't want to stand in line. I don't want to deal with people going crazy up there. I don't want to. It's just the car was where I wanted to be.
That's cool.
And listen to, satellite radio for the most part.
Just had a good time, yeah.
And mostly, I mean, it was standing. I got good. I mean, I'm glad I did it. I needed to do it. Sometimes you just got to get out of your house and go. Now, unfortunately, I've got to go to Richmond, Virginia in 2 weeks to handle some family business
Are
there.
you driving?
And I got to drive, and it's a chip shot from what I've done. But,
Yeah, no doubt.
holy cow!
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm not looking. I hope I rest a whole lot the next 2 weeks.
Well, I'm glad you didn't have any incidents along the way as far as major ones.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Yeah, and America's still a great place to see. I mean,
America. Listen, we are anything. We are not overcrowded. There's so much space in America for people. It's just we're all crammed up together near the ocean or near a river, and there's a whole bunch of places that people could be. But as a society, we're very sparsely populated in this country.
I agree.
When you look at the whole country.
Yeah, I agree with you.
We've got some beautiful things that, in regions that you don't live probably. Mm-hmm. And, you just see, it's just, Colorado is such a beautiful state. South Dakota is prettier than I expected. Mm-hmm. Wyoming's sort of flat, but there are parts of it that are, that are very, very nice. It's just a different place out there, politics wise, and a lot of dope stores, a lot of marijuana stores.
Yeah, certain states had a lot of. Yeah, I know.
Nevada seemed to have a lot.
Time,
Colorado did. These dispensaries that are all over the place.
Creative names on those too, by the way.
Yeah, they are, and so that was around. But it was. But food was mostly really good. The Texan in Amarillo, that place in Las Vegas for sure. Were the two best meals, and. I don't know. It was. I'm exhausted from the experience.
Now,
but
are you?
I highly recommend going to see those national parks in southern Utah. You can find hotels to stay in Moab and a few other places, but they are spread out.
Yeah.
And so you got to kind of think it before you go.
All right, good deal. Before we sign off, thanks to our sponsors, and of course. What's the name of the car dealer that does your truck?
Jeff Smith Ford.
There you go. They got great
Jeff
Fords.
Smith Ford in Byron, Georgia.
Heck yeah, that got you through your entire 5,000 miles, man.
And I used my little camera that I got at Precision Camera.
Yeah.
I only pulled out my big Nikon with the 600 millimeter lens. Came out one time. That's it.
Where Zion?
Everything else
was it in Utah?
No, was it Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore.
Because it was further than I was. I wanted to see what it looked like in that lens.
Yeah.
But my other camera, that's like $1,600. It's a Sony RX 107.
And stayed in
100 and then V2. That with the Carl Zeiss lens, it takes amazing pictures.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing little camera once you figure out how to work it.
With that said, are you going to put the story up, a timeline or anything like that on your YouTube page or on Facebook?
Yeah, I will whenever. Okay. It's going to be a lot more time before I can do that.
Sure.
I'm catching up with work, and I had 3 TV shows to do this week, and I'm working on the third right now. And then radio has been, full.
Yeah, no doubt.
And it's just, but it was good to see America again. I really enjoyed seeing the place. I'd never been to South Dakota.
Yeah.
That's the only state I think I'd never been to.
I got to go see that. I got to go see
South Dakota is flat, but it's I just don't want to be there in January at all.
Yeah.
But right now it was nice. And but western South Dakota with the Mount Rushmore area, it's cool.
Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Well, Jimmy,
some cool stuff.
I'm glad you made it back, and for all of you who are waiting for pictures and stuff, we'll keep you posted on that. It was good to see you on the trip.
Jimmy Carter Facebook has got some, and we'll do more, and we'll get back to the normal stuff. But I'm politicked out. I'm Trumped out.
Yeah, me too.
I'm everything out.
It was a great episode.
I'm Iran out. I'm Hormuz Strait out. I'm tired of all of it.
You're Iran to death. Is that what?
I'm Iran to death. Want that to go away.
I love it. Till we do it again next week and we get back to basics. I'm Derek Walker. He is
Jimmy Carter.
Good day.
Good day.